Der Mord der Sekretäre.
We will look into it.
Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Alles klärchen. So, wir empfehlen uns. Oder würde ich sagen, nochmal. Ein herzliches Moin und willkommen zurück zu L.A.Noire, meine lieben Freundinnen und Freunde. Und es ist ein neuer Case.
And Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Tja. Okay, wo geht's denn hier nochmal raus? Oh, da, Exit. Okay. Yep. So, ich würde dann mal gerne unser kleines Büchlein zur Hand nehmen. Pfandler. Ja, komm, dann gehen wir dahin. Gut. Das ist das erste auf der Liste. Komm, dann fahren wir da mal hin. F? Ne, E, ne? Ja, E. Ups. Rusty. Alter, hier
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Muller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sake.
And he always maintained he was set up.
Any Central Unit, 459 suspects to be taken into custody at the trolley station on Lucas Avenue. Stand by for further.
Okay. Wollen wir das wieder machen? Ja, komm, let's go. Ein neuer Fall.
Stay on this road.
Yippie. Yay, Schweinebacke. Aus dem Weg, Einsatz. Wir müssen wieder die Stadt beschützen. Inspektor L.A. Vandal ist unterwegs. Versteht ihr? L.A. Vandal? Wegen Lavendel? Wie weit ist denn das entfernt? Lavendel? L.A. Vandal? Okay, ich höre schon auf mit den schlechten Witzen. Oh, nur noch geradeaus. Okay. Tatütata, tatütata, die Feuerwehr kommt. Ist doch wunderbar. Ja. Okay, teilweise noch ein bisschen ruckelig.
Any Central Unit, 459 suspects to be taken into custody at the trolley station on Lucas Avenue. Stand by for further.
This is car 11 King. Go ahead with the further.
11 King, 2459 suspects sighted in the vicinity of the trolley station on Lucas Avenue between Court and Colton.
Okay. So, dann gehen wir mal mit lautem Getöse dahin. Ah,
You
hier.
should have iced those folks. You leave no witnesses, you stay out of the
I'm not
poke.
riding all the way to Santa Ana and then on to Cincinnati with you pissing in my
But I'm
ear.
tired of always being on the lam.
I don't have a choice. A stick-up charge is still a stick-up charge, and I ain't going back inside.
You're both coming with me. Don't do anything stupid.
Hoppla. Natürlich machen die irgendwas Dummes. Ui.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Wow, wow, wow. Leute, eure Haube ist
Keep
weg.
it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Wow. Wow, wow. Die fahren nicht normal.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Ja, dann schießt doch mal die Reife.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Oh.
Show me your hands.
Ich wollte sagen, ich würde ja gern, aber die Tür ist im Weg.
Car 11K calling KGPL. Code 4 at the Lucas Avenue trolley station. The 459 suspects are in custody.
Roger, 11K. All units, code 4 on the 459 suspects at the Lucas Avenue trolley station.
459? Was ist das denn? Sekunde mal. Das würde ich jetzt gerne mal. So, warte.
Can you drive to this one?
So. Und ich blende mich schon mal aus, falls es zu einer Cutscene kommt. Panel Code Station 459. California Legacy. Bulgari. Okay. Okay. Ich habe da mal reingeguckt. Mal gucken. So. So. Dann gehen wir doch mal hier rein. Und fragen den Pfandleiher. Ah, da.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? I gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. And feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Schöner Ging.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay. Und der hier sieht nach einem Männerring aus.
Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark.
22
Gives you an
Karat.
idea of the quality.
Jupp. 22 Karat Gold ist da drin.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Every man's face. Alles klar. Dann würde ich doch sagen, zum nächsten Ort. Und dann ist Rangierbahnhof. Dann fahren wir jetzt mal dahin. So. Einmal rum.
We have a problem. We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Herb is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine. The man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
Ich wollte sagen, Alter, deine Karre raucht ja ganz schön, ne? Bisschen zu viel Diesel? Ne, Quatsch, bisschen zu viel Öl drin? Ne, Quatsch, wenn Öl verbrannt wird, dann macht er, glaube ich, blauen Qualm. Dann ist der Qualm eher bläulich, wenn zu viel Öl drin ist. Wenn er schwarz ist, dann rußt er, dann ist die Einspritzung falsch eingestellt. Sekunde, das sind ältere Autos, die haben ja noch keine Einspritzung. Ah! Dann ist der Vergaser falsch eingestellt. Ja, Entschuldigung, ich muss eben hin. So, jetzt fahren wir aber durchs Gemüse. Und ab zum Rangierbahnhof. Ausblenden. Und mal gucken, was hier abgeht.
You boys ready?
Moin.
Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it.
Ja.
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
Okay. Moin, Chef.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Eieieiei. Okay. Gut, dann untersuchen wir mal die Leiche. Diesmal wieder angezogen.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Okay. Obdachlos und dann so eine guten Klamotten? Na, man weiß es nicht. Oh.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Ja, gut. 2 Stunden Zeitfenster ist natürlich für damalige Verhältnisse schon ziemlich gut, das vorauszusagen. Aber gemachte Fingernägel hat die Dame. Nee, was anderes haben wir nicht. Na, okay. Ups. Blutspritzer.
Blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
CSI-mäßig, okay. Okay, da jaulen Katerchen rum.
Beautiful day. Hope we have no trouble.
Oh. Ihre Habseligkeiten. In Summers. 2 große Koffer, kleiner Koffer, Scharfsanken, Kissen, Fußarm, Haarbürste, Kegelstatuette. Make-up, Kleidung. Bowlingpin.
Shit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Hat sie vielleicht vorher in einem Hotel eingecheckt? Wer weiß. Mensch's
Maybe
Bar.
someone at Mensch's will remember her.
Okay. Und die Tasche. Mal gucken, was da hinten drin ist. Und ich habe mein Spiel nicht geändert. Sekunde bitte. L.A.Noire. So. Und weiter kann's gehen. So. Ein Zugticket oder Keystone Film Company? Okay, Evelyn Summers.
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. The Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Okay, jetzt haben wir hier einen Brief. Bridgeport, Connecticut. Liebe Evelyn. Ich hoffe, wenn du diesen Brief erhältst, bist du in einem besseren Zustand als damals, als wir uns das letzte Mal sahen. Schlimme Worte sind damals gefallen. Du hattest so viel getrunken und wir wissen beide, was das aus dir macht. Aber ich schreibe nicht, um dich zu ärgern oder zu belehren. Ich schreibe, um mich zu entschuldigen. Mein Herz ist gebrochen, als ich sah, was aus deinem kleinen Mädchen geworden ist. Machst den Alkohol, deinen Körper und deine Seele. Okay. Nur der Allmächtige über uns hat das Recht, uns zu beurteilen und für... Oh Gott, der Text geht so schnell. So, warte.
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
Über uns hat das Recht, uns zu beurteilen und darum will ich dich nicht um Vergebung bitten. Oder, keine Ahnung. Sie sagen, dein Zustand eine Krankheit ist. Du musst dich nur einweisen. Okay. Da frage ich mich, was für eine Krankheit sie wohl gehabt haben soll. Das würde mich mal interessieren. Hast du da noch was?
Beautiful day. Hope we have no trouble.
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
Fluppenschachtel. Okay. Bringt nicht viel. Okay. Hier können wir nichts machen. Dann haben wir hier noch zwei nette Herren.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand.
Ups.
Classic Carmine.
Okay. Ah, der gute Mann hat anscheinend ein Problem.
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop! Don't hit him.
Ich glaube, der gute Mann hat ein leichtes Problem psychischer Natur. Er hat da so ganz leicht rötlichen Mund. Ich glaube, der hat sich das selber drauf gemacht.
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
Sagt er die Wahrheit oder nicht?
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick in her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
Okay, Fund der Leiche.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Hm. Würde ich jetzt... Würde ich jetzt anzweifeln.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Patsch.
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Nekrophil. Lustigerweise, es gibt in einigen Bundesstaaten von Amerika, ist es nicht verboten, Nekrophilie zu betreiben. Es gibt kein Gesetz, was das verbietet. Und wer nicht weiß, was Nekrophilie ist, Nekrophilie bedeutet, dass du gerne Liebe mit Leichen machst. Schon widerlich. Mal gucken, was der gute Mann dazu zu erzählen hat.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Sekunde mal, der wird nicht von uns interviewt? Ernsthaft? Der wird nicht... Was? Okay, aber ich glaube, wir haben auch alle Hinweise. Was anderes finden wir hier nicht, ne? Ampeln. Rusty, och Mann, geh mal ihm aus dem Weg, danke. Aber ich glaube, mehr ist sie, glaube ich, auch nicht. Nee. Eigentlich müsste immer so ein Geräusch kommen. So. Wenn wir alles finden, aber ich glaube, wir haben alles.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks, ma'am.
Honey, was los? Der ruft hier gerade die ganze Zeit. Hey. Zu deinem Bruder? Der ist da oben. Da oben. Matschbacke. So, okay. Mal gucken, ob Musik angeht. Immer noch dieselbe Musik. Wow, Katze.
We can talk about it later, Phelps.
Alles klar.
Want to leave me alone so I can get some work done? Go play in front of the trains.
Hi, Katze. Okay, Rusty hat, glaube ich, auch nichts mehr.
What do you think?
I say we try the liquor store next. I could get a short dog for the car.
Mhm. Alles klar, dann gehen wir mal in den Likör-Shop. Den Tatort haben wir jetzt auch voll besichtigt. Normalerweise müsste so ein Badada-Geräusch kommen. Das ist jetzt anscheinend nicht der Fall. Ein Katzi. Ja, du bist jetzt berühmt, ne? Bist auf Twitch. Miau, miau. Okay. Gut, dann gehen wir doch mal jetzt in the bar.
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. Spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
Oh Gott. Ups. Ja, da legt er sich einfach mal auf meinen Arm, der kleine Kerl. Oh, ist der süß. Ist der süß. Okay, wo muss ich mal hin? Du bist auch ein kleiner süßer Kerl, du. Achso, da ist der Tatort. Okay, Pfandleiher, da waren wir ja schon. Da müsst mal hin. Ja, moin. Schauplatz eines Straßenverbrechens. Ja, nö, da gehen wir nicht hin.
Up ahead, you make a right.
Jupp. Nach rechts? Nee, nee, lass mich mal fahren. Quietsch. Ups.
Turn back. We're going the wrong way.
Ernsthaft?
Okay, at the next corner, go right.
Siehst du, jetzt habe ich einen anderen Weg. Ich frage nochmal, wo geht's lang?
Oh, through this intersection. You're going straight here.
Okay.
Through this intersection.
Wow! Was bremst der?
Slow and steady, come on. Stay on this road.
Wo will er mich hinführen? Zum Verbrechen?
Up ahead, you make a right.
Sekunde mal. Wenn er sagt, die nächste rechts, dann kann es sein, dass er mich zum... Bin ich da? Ja, dann will er mich zum Verbrechen hinführen. Weißt du was? Das machen wir dann. Dann machen wir das. Aber dann lassen wir ihn fahren.
You can drive.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
Ja. Ist der ein Süßer.
11K, go ahead.
11 King. Citizen reports man with a gun at the intersection of Union Avenue and Rockwood Street. 11 King, code 2.
Okay. Ah, hier, da sieht man es schon.
God damn it! I said cough it up! I'm not gonna say it again. That's it, old man. I've had enough of your gibberish.
Give it up, LAPD.
Oh, you awful bully. Hurry! You can still catch him.
Jupp.
Stupid creep!
Lass mich doch hoch.
He went that way. Oh, I hate this city. What on earth?
I know a gun when I see one.
Okay. Rusty, kannst du mir nicht helfen?
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
Okay. Habe ich ihn jetzt getötet oder nur leicht verletzt? Oder juckt? Getötet. Ups. Ist wohl doch kein so guter Job hier manchmal. Moment.
You know the way. You can drive.
So, fahr du mal. Ich blende mich mal aus.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
Okay. Armer Typ. Armer Kerl, du.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. Now, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around.
Eieiei. Wow. Das Tor war bestimmt offen und er hat sie zwar dabei erwischt oder gesehen und gesagt, hey, komm. Ich gebe dir Schutz oder Obdach. Schönes Bild. Was haben wir dann alles hier?
She wasn't always such a loner.
Tja. Was ist das? Aristoteles.
Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
Oh. Ich konnte ihn weiter untersuchen. Alles klar. Metaphysik.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Ein weiterer Name. Ah, okay. Den Koffer können wir nicht untersuchen. Ich meine, ich würde gern... Ein zerbrochener Spiegel. Statue?
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Okay.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
Und ein Bowling-Pin? Warum?
Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Alles klar. So. Ich würde mich gerne noch ein bisschen hier umsehen, aber Carter hat meine Hand in den Krallen. Hi. Und ist gerade wieder aufgestanden. Ich würde gerne die Zeitung oder sowas lesen. Schade.
Any ideas?
Question the owner. He must know something.
Alles klar, dann fragen wir doch mal den Besitzer. Ah, okay.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Ich meine, er hat sich gerade an die Nase gefasst, aber... Ich glaube, er sagt die Wahrheit.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it. But she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Okay. Beziehung zum Opfer.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few. Er presst die Lippen aufeinander. Ich würde das vielleicht anzweifeln. Mensch's Bar. Sind aber noch beim Schraubstock. Ich gucke mir gerade nebenbei ganz böse die Komplettlösung an, aber davon wird nichts gesagt. Gentlemen, I have a store to run.
Okay. Lüge, was könnten wir denn machen? Müsst ihr auch noch mal wissen, was er da gesagt hat. Es werden nicht viele Leute traurig darüber sein, wenn dass sie weg ist. Ich bin einer der wenigen. Wahrheit oder Lüge? Sie war obdachlos. Shit, Mann. Ich würde sagen, er sagt die Wahrheit.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. And to be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Okay, Verbindung zu McCaffrey.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
Okay, da guckt er zur Seite, würde ich anzweifeln.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
Oh Mann. Bei dem guten Mann, da kann man wirklich mitfühlen, dass er nicht glücklich darüber ist, dass sie gestorben ist. Oh Mann. Das kann man richtig fühlen.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
Wir fahren zur Bar, mein lieber Rusty. Ich genehmige mir noch mal ein bisschen vom Schokoriegel. Und blende mich schon mal vorsichtshalber aus. Inch's Bar.
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers, what is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
Okay. Er scheint sie wohl gut zu kennen, der gute Mann.
The regulars might have something else to tell you, but I don't.
Okay.
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
Scheint sie ja nicht so sehr zu mögen, der gute Mann.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her. You guys got somewhere you need to be? You're ruining the ambiance.
Ich mein. Ne? Ich mein. Henry Cavill? Okay, gut. Kriminelle Vergangenheit.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Würde ich jetzt anzweifeln, weil er schon so guckt.
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Okay, Beziehung zum Opfer.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
Kollege, deine Gesichtsakrobatik sagt aber was anderes.
I don't like you, McCaffrey. You look like someone who's trying too hard, like your whole life is some kind of performance. I think you need to give us something to get us out of your life.
I don't like you either, you pompous, stiff-necked patrician. You think I don't see through you and all the other minions of the ruling class?
Okay. Okay. Zweifelt beide Aussagen an. Es sind aber ein paar mehr. Beziehung zum Opfer. Er sagte ja, er kannte sie nicht. Obdachlos. Fehlender Ring. Handtasche. Obere Hälfte des Briefs. Buch. Das Buch. Schriften mit großem. Okay. Opfer hat nach einem Streit für einen Jungen Schnaps gekauft.
Haven't you got parking tickets to hand out?
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home, writing.
Okay, diesmal Community-Fragen. Mal gucken. Okay, anzweifeln.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Aber warum kamen da jetzt 3? Caffrey. Buch. Lauf zurück und sprecht mit Walter Robbins. Ach cool, es gibt sogar eine kleine Animation manchmal. Lustig. Zweimal die Wahrheit. Hey.
What are we waiting for?
Ja, ist ja gut. Verschwindet der Ort von eurer Liste und bleibt ein Hinweis. Ah, okay, wir sind dem Spiel einen Schritt vorausgegangen.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Okay, dann.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Car 11K, Car 11 King, come in. Car 11K, Car 11 King, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central, Code 2.
11 King, en route.
Okay.
Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
Dann gehen wir doch zum Revier zurück. Dann machen wir das. Das finde ich ein bisschen witzig. Ich hole mir gleich mal eine Cola. Nach dem Fall machen wir eine kleine Pause. Ich hole mir eine Cola aus der Garage. Und dann geht's weiter.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
and Carruthers.
She was 13 if she was a day.
Okay.
I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one.
Der Captain ist unten. Tjup, 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 tjup.
Hey, don't mind me.
Dann blende ich mich doch mal eben kurz aus.
What's this about, Captain? Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And to follow up on Evelyn Summers, I want daily reports.
Alles klar.
I survived the war for this?
Super.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
Alles klar, machen wir. Wo ist denn hier Telefon? Ah, da. Oh, Fabs.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thank you.
Die weiß aber auch Bescheid, die gute Frau, ne? Also, ne? Ich würde ja sagen, NSA ist da nichts gegen. Okay, dann
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
Gut, dann... Wow. Ah, Entschuldigung. Mach ich. Gut, dann geht's doch mal ab zur Bowlingbahn. Was, wo lang?
All units also needs help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Der sagt mir auch nicht mehr Bescheid, ne? Ich drücke die ganze Zeit auf F und er sagt nichts. Was sie? Bist du jetzt stinkig? Ich glaube, der ist eingeschnappt. Okay. Okay, dann geht's jetzt quietsch, 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 quietsch zur Bowlingbahn. Bowling, da ist sie doch. Ah, okay. Ach, ich hätte an der Straße parken können. Hehe.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This is business, Florence. You got a guy works here by the name of Tiernan?
Sure we do. He's a pin setter. Clears the jams, works the gutters. Go right in. He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back. He's a nice boy.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
He's a nice boy. Okay, die gute Florenze. Schön polierter Boden. Kannst dich drin spiegeln. Oder mit den Straßenschuhen, Alter.
Tiernan! LAPD!
Na toll. Und wieder Verfolgungsjagd. War ja klar.
There!
Schickes Auto.
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires! Hit him! That is the end of that. It's about fucking time.
Das ging ja einfacher als gedacht.
Put your hands in the air.
Ich wollte sagen, manchmal registriert das Spiel nicht, was da los ist. Gut. Aber ein Knast mit dir, mein Lieber. Wir haben noch ein Verhör mit dir. So. Ups. Schönes Auto. Lass Rusty wie sonst auf die Reißen. Alles klar. Ups. Orte. So, jetzt gehen wir aber nicht zum Revier, sondern zum Appartement von dem netten Herrn. Alles klar.
You don't need to turn.
Ah, jetzt sagt er mir wieder Bescheid. Alles klar.
Just ignore this turn.
Ja. Alter, ist die Karre schnell. Barode über die Kreuzung bei Full Speed. Gott.
Don't turn here.
Ja gut, machen wir.
Watch it, will you?
Ups. Voll rein. Scheiße. Upsala. Okay, ich muss zugeben, ich bin, glaube ich, hier kein guter Fahrer. Aber die KI macht manchmal auch irgendwelche blöden Sachen, dass er einfach mal Spurwechsel macht, ohne Blinken. Das ist ein sehr agiles Fahrzeug, muss ich schon sagen. So, da. Okay. McCaffreys Apartment. Okay. Mal gucken, sind wir hier richtig? Apartment 6.
McCaffrey is in Apartment 6.
Alles klar. Okay, Klingelschildchen können wir nicht nachgucken. Auch zu easy. Appartement 6. 3, das kann man sehr schwer erkennen. 4. Okay, dann müssen wir wahrscheinlich nach oben. Rooms 5 und 6. Okay. Hä? 8? 7? Hä? Oh. Ja, Gary, wer lesen kann, ist klar im Vorteil. Und wer auch Pfeile lesen kann, ist auch klar im Vorteil. Aufmache! Drogenfahndung!
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Terrible shame. Means there's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors, Phelps?
Einfach eintreten. Gut, das sind verdammt schlechte Schlösser, du. Aha. Ein Brief, ein zerrissener. Lange dauern, bis du geheilt bist und wieder nach Hause zurückkommen kannst. Sekunde. Ich habe deine Sachen in dein altes Zimmer gestellt und dein Schloss an der Tür angebracht, damit du deine Ruhe hast. Du kannst kommen und gehen, wann du willst. Ich werde mich um dich kümmern und du kannst wieder in dein normales Leben zurückkehren. Ich weiß, deine Adresse hat sich geändert. Ich kann also nicht sicher sein, dass der Brief dich erreicht. Aber ich bete darum, dass er es tut und dass du darüber nachdenkst, was ich gesagt habe. Ich liebe dich so sehr und bete jeden Abend, dass du in Sicherheit bist und vielleicht eines Tages an, wenn die Tür klopft und wir die Kluft zwischen uns schließen können. In Liebe und Verständnis, Augustus Summers.
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
Alles klar. Alles klar, der war auf jeden Fall da.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation at least.
Alles klar. Dann haben wir noch das blutige Hemd. Ich weiß nicht, ob er das irgendwie jetzt noch dazu zählt, aber naja, gut. Ich glaube, wir haben jetzt alles gefunden.
Probably nothing.
Die letzte Bastion. Ui. Okay. Oh, ich bin ja nur ausgeblendet. Ups. Lady?
Talk to Grosvenor. I've got housework to do.
Ah, okay. Da müssen wir jetzt aufs Dach kommen, ne? Wie war das noch? Runter oder hier hoch?
That's the guy from the papers. Solved that big case. 3 blondes walk into a bar. You'd think one of them would have seen it.
Ja. Brieftauben.
Grosvenor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
Mal schnell. Whoop.
There he is. See him?
Ja, I see him. Aber ich muss ihn ja auch irgendwie einholen.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
Ich kann ja auch nicht mit der Waffe zum Stehen bringen, ne?
Lock him up. Throw away the key.
Wow, lauf doch mal ein bisschen schneller, Mann. Ah, jetzt. Komm, sprint. Hab ihn.
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
Patsch. Erstmal eine Fresse hauen. Läuft hinter dem Buschen hinterher.
Get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. I
Alles
think
klar.
that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. At least it wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
Ja, gut, dann brauche ich mich auch nicht um den Verkehr hier zu kümmern.
Turn left at this one here.
Okay.
Up ahead, you turn left.
Upsala. So. Jetzt beginnt die Doppelverwirrung. Okay. Quietsch. Das ist ein schönes auch. Und schnell.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them.
Alles klar.
Don't fail me, young Phelps.
Nein, kein Plan, keine Sorge, keine Sorge. Okay. Da ist Tiernan. Okay.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Beziehung zum Opfer.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Lüge. Das ist eine Lüge. Wie war das noch? Job beim Filmstudio, Handtasche, Schnapskauf. Genau. Für einen Jungen. Genau. Dies könnte allerdings nur mit der Info belegen, die McCaffrey beim zweiten Besuch in der Bar gegeben hat. Okay. Ich kannte sie kaum. Das ist ja eine Lüge. Aber 21% der Spieler wählten die richtige Antwort. Das ist verdammt wenig. Ja, okay, das ist eine Lüge, ja. Das Problem ist, ich glaube, ich habe nichts beim zweiten Besuch in der Bar.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
Wird das mit dem Schnapskauf? Opfer hat nach einem Streit Whisky für einen Jungen gekauft. Todeszeitpunkt Handtasche. Damenhandtasche mit persönlicher Habe. War obdachlos. Verpfändete Ringe.
How come this is so hard to believe? A man and a woman getting along, liking each other just as friends.
Verdammt. Okay.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
Okay.
That's correct. You need me to sign some papers or something? That's cool.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute. But, you know, I'm not so sure.
Okay, Alibi für James Tiernan.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night. And she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
Sicher?
You're lying, Tiernan. No. You'd been fighting with her. You fought and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left! That was it!
Ja, aber, ne? Yep.
She left, but she came back. She bought you a quart of whiskey to make it up to you. She told the liquor store owner. You're in deep trouble, buddy.
She said she loved me. She wanted to care for me. But she would never stop talking about McCaffrey. McCaffrey was a writer, McCaffrey was a hero, McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her, Tiernan?
I might as well have. I kicked her out. She had nowhere to go.
Zugang zur Mordwaffe.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
Well, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Da guckt er auch schon wieder so nervös nach links und rechts.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. A big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
This canary says he'll stand.
Okay.
I guarantee he'll walk.
Interrogation room. No guns. Ach. Captain?
I never forget a face. But in your case, I'll be glad to make an exception.
Okay, da haben wir den Captain gefunden. Wo ist der Verhörraum 2? Line Gallery. Must be locked at all times. Ah, da hinten ist er, glaube ich. Was, ich gehe mal kurz aus dem Weg. Verhörraum 2, da. Okay.
The thing was, he was a really nice guy. I felt lousy collaring him.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Ach, guter Mann. Beziehung zum Opfer.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
Ach, Kollege.
You'll have to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush, and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
Aber wir haben einen zerrissenen Brief. Abskauf, Raumschlüssel. Yep.
Seems there's a serious gulf between
Was?
what you think you know and what you actually do, detective.
Bei der ersten zeigt er ihm den zerrissenen Brief und erzählt ihm danach von Tiernens Anschuldigung. Was? Das kann doch nicht sein. Hä? Jetzt über Kaffee. Seine Aussagen sind Lügen. Bei der ersten Lüge zeigt er ihm den zerrissenen Brief und erzählt ihm danach von Tiernens Anschuldigung. Hä?
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
Tiernen behauptet, dass könnte natürlich, ja, Unterschlüssel, Anschuldigung. Irgendwas stimmt da echt nicht. Ah komm, ich verballer einfach mal meine ganzen... So, Lüge. Okay.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
Ah, wir haben den Radmutterschlüssel, der mit Blut befleckt ist.
You're going to have to do better than that, detective.
Was? Tiernens Anschuldigung. Hier wird zu...
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
If it was planted there, then some evil mastermind must be at work here. You got a name, McCaffrey?
Tiernan. Who else?
I was under the impression you thought Tiernan incapable of tying his own shoelaces.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
Fuck. Das haben wir jetzt versaut. Oh nö.
She was 13 if she was a day.
Shit. Ey, das habe ich jetzt richtig versaut. Können wir ihn nochmal?
I've had my say. I'll not say anything more.
Ey, das ist jetzt ja richtig kacke. Ey, das
Operator,
kannst
give
du
me
nicht sagen.
R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks for your help.
Okay, wir haben eine Polizeiakte.
Canary says he'll sing, but I guarantee he'll walk.
Militärdienst.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw. It changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
Jetzt habe ich aber was.
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge. Beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
Oops. She was a goddamn peasant whore! She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country! I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you. Because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch! What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it?
Entschuldigung.
How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her!
Ich beschuldige ihn.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys, you bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in the prison graveyard.
Bin ich nicht zufrieden mit. Ehrlich nicht. Bin ich ehrlich nicht zufrieden mit. Vier Sterne nur. Grosvenor McCaffrey kann mit dem Schreiben seiner Memoiren beginnen in der Todeszelle. Okay. Wir haben 11 von 16 Fragen richtig und 16 von 17 Fragen oder Hinweise richtig. Gefundene Hinweise. Shit. Also der Fall war wirklich ein bisschen schwer. Ich glaube, den mache ich demnächst mal nochmal. Schade. Aber egal. Komm, jetzt machen wir den nächsten Fall. Und ich blende mich aus.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Then we rally with the first and try for the Nambus.
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nambus and enfilade. Mate, we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant! Get back off this fucking bridge! They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes.
I'm in charge here, Sergeant.
Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant.
What's your unit, Sergeant?
We don't have time for this, Lieutenant.
What's your unit, Sergeant?
I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river.
My orders are to reconnoiter the...
I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left. Move out!